I was called out on my thoughts about the Bible. I was called out on the Bible, and they were right. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Welcome to both the Unindoctrinate Radio Extravaganza, Mojo 50, also on Odyssey One Radio, and on the Christian Whistleblower YouTube channel. I was called out on the Bible, and they were right, and I was wrong, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm always calling on people to admit when they're wrong. I'm always calling on people to step up. I'm always calling on people to come clean. I'm always calling on people to realize their mistakes. And I think, have been avoiding admitting it, avoiding realizing it. And here I am today to put my money where my mouth is and to admit, first of all, to myself, and then to all of you, that I have been wrong. And I get not so much anymore, but I used to get a lot of comments and emails about this because obviously I used to do a lot more of it. I used to get comments to the effect of, how can you be against the Bible and yet you still use the Bible? How can you be against the Bible and still teach out of the Bible and show out of the Bible? And I used to give a lot of excuses and a lot of reasons why I did it. And that's supposed to be fairy dust behind me. Fairy dust that intoxicates and enchants you. And the Bible's like glowing because it's magical enchantment that is meant to draw you in to a fear and guilt control matrix and keep you in that fear and guilt control matrix. So I had to look myself in the mirror and realize that these people that were calling me out saying, you can't use part of it, you can't say you don't believe it, and then there's only parts of it you do believe. And I'm going to talk to you tonight, and I'm going to give you my ideas on what I do believe now about the Bible. Let me just check my notes. I used to get asked a lot about how I can condemn the Bible and still use parts of it. They were right. I was wrong. It took me some time to realize it, and now I have, ladies and gentlemen. And so now let me tell you what I think, what I believe, and what I know about the Bible. I obviously have some working knowledge of the Bible. I spent 20 years as a full-time minister. I have a Bible college degree. I spent over 100,000 hours in studying the biblical text. And there was a time, ladies and gentlemen, where I believed every single word of it. The Bible was the revealed, written word of God to man. From Genesis 1:1 to Revelation 22:21, I believed every single word, every jot, every tittle, every line, every promise in the book was mine, as the old hymn goes. And I believed it 110%, ladies and gentlemen. I believed it, I lived it, and I was sure that it was real and that I knew what was going on. I believed all of it. I believe it was literally the revealed word of God to man. And yet, as I read through my notes, as I became unindoctrinated, I began to see that this wasn't the case. I began to realize that what I was believing was not something that I had discovered myself, because I started studying in the Greek extensively, the New Testament, started studying, many in the chat room saying, I'm with you, Jeff, me too, started studying in the Hebrew language extensively in the Old Testament. And I started to see that the things that were written in the King James Version, the things that were written in the other modern versions, did not really carry the meaning of what was written in the original text. And as I read and studied the original texts, I began to understand that the Bible was a book that had been dramatically changed and altered, and yet I still felt like there had to be some good in the Bible. there had to be some good in the Bible. It had to be right. It had to still be good. It had to have some good parts in it. So I mainly, as I become indoctrinated, decided that the Bible was mostly true with some error. But the more I began to study, the more I began to learn, I learned that the New Testament was written under Roman occupation. The Jews in Judea were under military occupation by the Romans. And there was an office called the Roman censor, C-E-N-S-O-R. It's how we get our, I used to believe 80-20, Stephen Reed. Stay with me. We got our word censorship from it. And every word that was written in the New Testament, a Roman read it and okayed it before it was published. Do you understand the enormity of that statement? Every word that was written in the New Testament was read by Romans, and the Romans said, okay, you can print that. And the only things that survive that are helpful is just a few little nuggets written by Luke, mainly, who was smart enough to write in ways that it would slide through the Roman censors and yet still be able to throw some truth out to those people that read it then and those of us that would read it now. So I began, and then I understood the Roman censors. Then I understood what happened. It was like a Roman standing over their shoulder dictating, says Dyer, and she's right. And then I remembered that after the Romans got done with it, Geo Hawk says the original Hebrew has a lot of truth. I beg to differ with you, my friend. I beg to differ with you. It depends on what you talk about truth. Does it have a lot of truth in Kabbalah? Sure. Does it have a lot of truth in Hebrew mysticism? Sure. Has it got a lot of Talmud? Yeah, sure. Does it have a lot of truth that can help you in your spiritual walk today? I say nay, ladies and gentlemen. I say double nay, nay. I say no. I really do, ladies and gentlemen. And I say no to being tired. I say no to being worn down. I say no to my friends having pain, because I've never used this, but many of my friends have gone to jeffreydaugherty.com. They've clicked on the Verve logo, and they are using the CBD oil provided by Verve, highest potency in the industry. They're not tired anymore. They're not hurt anymore. They're not cranky anymore. They're improving their hanky-panky. So get a hold of some Verve CBD oil if you're exhibiting any of these symptoms, and they can really help you get rid of some of these dis-eases and discomforts and get you locked and loaded, running all 8 cylinders, if you know what I mean. Verve, click on the Verve logo, jeffreydaugherty.com. And I just realized that it was not just the Romans, but then came the English, King James. And I remember when I first read that and understood that and first discovered that King James was, by all accounts, not just homosexual. He wasn't just gay. He was gay. Woo, he was gay. He was like uber gay. Uber gay. And back then when I was still a Christian, that mattered to me. And if you're a Christian, that matters to you. Now, I don't care if he was uber gay or not, but boy, was he gay. Woo, gay, like ass chaps at the parade gay. And yet he wrote, again, went through the Bible, said, yeah, keep this, throw that out. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Here we are railing against the New World Order. Here we are railing against one world government. Here we are railing against one world religion. And there was not one, but 2 one world governments, one world religions, new world orders that wrote the Bible as we know it. The King James Version is the moral equivalent of the Barack Hussein Obama version. Rock, you didn't miss nothing, just nipples, buttholes, stuff like that. The King James Version is the moral equivalency of the Donald J. Trump version. And whichever side of the aisle you're on, you don't want to read one of those at all. And I realized something's wrong, man. So I decided it was about 80% dung and about 20% diamond. That's what I decided. And then I started reading Thomas Jefferson. And Thomas Jefferson said, listen, bro, the New Testament is a dung field. That means a field filled with doo-doo. It's a big old field of poop. Rocky loves the word poop. Big old field of poop. And every now and then there's a diamond. And I used to say, keep digging through that poop because you're going to find a diamond. But if you dig through poop long enough, you get tired of digging through poop. You dig through poop long enough and you can get diseases digging through poop. So I started to ask myself, I started to look myself in the mirror, and I started to be honest with myself. And I started to realize that the Bible's not mostly true with some error. The Bible is a field of dung. And every now and then there's actually a diamond. And I know they're not actually valuable, Tracy. Work with me. There's something worth keeping. So the Bible is... What I realized is I had confirmation bias, ladies and gentlemen. I was tired of digging in poop. I may drink pee, my pee, but I'm not digging through poop. Let's just put it that way, ladies and gentlemen. And I realized that I had a confirmation bias. I wanted the Bible to be true. I wanted to believe that it was true. I wanted to believe I haven't given 20 years of my life for something that wasn't true. I wanted to believe I hadn't given the next 10 years of my life partially defending something that wasn't true. I wanted to believe that the Bible did have some truth because it was the core of Western civilization. But I realized that I was looking at the Bible with confirmation bias and not with objectivity. I was looking at the Bible with confirmation bias and not with the dispassionate, objective view of a scholar. I realized I wasn't being a scholar. I was not being a scholar. I was going into something believing that it was true. And that is not what you call a scholar. That is not what you call a person that studies. That is not what you call a true student. That's someone trying to prove what they already believe. And that's the opposite of studying. So I realized I have been assuming this thing is true. And I finally got myself after 38 years. Damn. After 38 years. Look at my sparkly cup. After 38 years, ladies and gentlemen, I finally got myself to a place of objectivity. And I can look at the New Testament scriptures. I can look at the Old Testament scriptures, and I can see that for people in 2019 that are trying to develop themselves spiritually, the Bible is all but worthless. But Jeff, there's some diamonds. Those diamonds you'll find other places just by being a normal spiritual person. The Bible for people in 2019 that are trying to be spiritual, trying to escape the fear and guilt control matrix is all but worthless. And I know that's a huge statement, and I'm going to prove it to you, ladies and gentlemen. I realize that Jefferson was right. The Bible is almost all dung. There's very few true diamonds, and many people get sick of the diseases that they contract by digging through shit. And they die before they ever find a diamond. Or they get so sick from digging through shit that they can't notice a diamond when they find one. T.L. Clark is right. The Bible's dangerous. It's taken me 38 years to realize it, but now I do. And I was what you call a hypocrite. I was what you call a hypocrite for thinking that you can use part of it when all of it's most likely bad. What I was trying to do was saying, you can drink from the poison well just a little bit. Who drinks from a poisoned well? Dummies drink from poisoned wells. It's time to be honest with myself. It's time for you to be honest with yourself. And it's time to be honest with ourselves about the Bible and spirituality. And I'm going to say this right here and right now. If you are not called to be a spiritual warrior, don't read the Bible. But Jeff, the Bible, it's so good for building morals, and it's so good for making good people. It's so good for making great lives and people that care about each other. Really? Really? For 2,000 years, this civilization has been based on the Bible. And for 2,000 years, we've been killing people, taking their stuff, killing people, taking their land, killing people, taking their ideas. We've been killing and raping and pillaging and plunging in the name of the Bible for 2,000 years. And look where it's gotten us, a world that's teetering on the edge of destruction. And only because we have woken up are we going to be able to save it. The Bible is written by a jealous God, a wrathful God that kills people that don't agree with him, kills people that he doesn't like, and says he's the only one. And if you don't agree with him, he's eventually going to kill you all and send you to a lake of fire. That's what the Bible builds. Does that sound like good morals to you? Does that sound like good people to you? Anybody that thinks that they can read the Bible written by a jealous, psychopathic, maniacal, rageaholic and become a better person, explain to me how that one works. The fact of the matter is, and I'm going to say something that you're going to really not like. The fact of the matter is that this Bible, this country wasn't built on the Bible. This country was built on deism. This Bible was really built on fear of the Bible. This country was really built on fear of the Bible. This country was built by Freemasons that had a lot of different people in their fellowship, and they wanted to make sure that those that didn't believe the Bible didn't get burned alive and could still continue to be Masons. We're living in a land of religious freedom, really as a aside to the fact it was created as a Freemason nation. Thank God it was written into thank the gods it was written into, see, you have slips. Thank the gods it was written into the Constitution that there shall be no establishment of religion. Because if it weren't, these crazy fundamentalists would have already had this being a Christian nation. Thank God, the gods it's written into the Constitution that there shall be no infringement of the free exercise of religion. America wasn't built on the Bible. America was built to save us from the Bible. I remember somebody saying, I don't have any problem with you, God, but your followers are assholes. And there's, of course, more than one God. I'm just trying to be funny. But if you are not called to be a spiritual warrior, and I'm not trying to put anybody down, I'm not trying to cast any aspersions, I'm not trying to make you feel bad or trying to make you feel like you're less than something. Some of you aren't at the place where you're called to be a spiritual warrior. You're trying to get your own stuff together. You're trying to clean up your own backyard. You're trying to get your own self on the right spiritual path and get yourself to the place where you're satisfied with your growth and your development, and you really don't have time or energy or expertise to work with other people right now. Don't read the Bible. Don't drink from the poisoned well. If you're just trying to develop your own personal spirituality, trying to be focused on your own personal growth, the Bible will harm you. Don't read it. It will not help you. It will harm you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not a spiritual warrior, don't read it. There's no shame in this. If you're trying to make your way and don't feel compelled to expose and or to enter into battle, the Bible will hurt you and will hurt your spirituality. The Bible is designed to draw you and keep you in a fear and guilt control matrix. The book was written to deceive you. The book was written to draw you into this fear and guilt control matrix. The book was written for you to cede your divinity and sovereignty and freedom. The book was written to make you think that you're a sinner that needs salvation and they've got the only savior in town. The book was written to deceive you and keep you deceived. The book was written to enslave you and keep you enslaved. The book was written to entrap you and keep you entrapped. If you don't feel compelled and called to go to war against the fear and guilt control matrix, or if you're just trying to get yourself right first, stop reading the Bible. It's not going to help you. You're going to ingest so much shit, you'll die before you ever find a diamond. Or you'll be so sick from contact with shit that you won't even be able to see a diamond if you come if you come along one, across one. Only read the Bible if you are a warrior. And here's what I mean by that. The Bible's made to catch you and keep you caught, but warriors can use it. So let me just stop for a minute and say this. Anybody that thinks you can take some of the Bible and not all of the Bible is a hypocrite. And I spent 38 years as a hypocrite. Some of you that think that you can, if there's anyone that thinks they can take part of the Bible and not part of the Bible, if you don't think you can, if you don't use the whole Bible, if you don't believe all of it, you can't use any of it, that makes you a hypocrite. And those that continue to try to use pieces of it, oh, we don't believe it all, but we just use pieces, they're either completely, totally delusional, or they're part of the fear and guilt control matrix architects themselves, or they work for them. Let me say that one more time before we go on break. If you see people saying, oh, we're not going to believe the whole Bible, but this part is true, this part of the scriptures, this part of the scriptures, that part of the scriptures, but not this other part of the scriptures, they're not true. Only these part are true. That is called delusion. And it's either the person is so deluded in their mind that they can't understand it anymore, or they're working for the people and the masters of the fear and guilt control matrix. If they don't have the guts to realize that they're being hypocritical by saying, oh, yeah, it's a poisoned well, but only this part is poisoned. If it's a well and it's poisoned, the whole thing's poisoned, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're feeling like you're poisoned, if you're feeling like you've got chronic ailments, chronic sicknesses, injuries, you're feeling the ravages of age, go to jeffreydaugherty.com. Click on the Stem Light logo. There are stem cell partners. Use the word heal, and they can get you hooked up with stem cell therapy at 20% off. And they're developing a lot of new health technologies as well that we'll be introducing to you. And if you're not ready for Stem Light yet, because there is a significant cost involved, click on the Create Yourself Nutrition logo. That will help you. It's formulated to multiply and activate your current adult stem cells and get them ready to receive the most from the Stem Light treatment. And even if you do go on Stem Light treatment, they're going to put you on the Stem Food, the Create Yourself Nutrition treatment as well. So use both of those. Use the code word HEAL at Stem Light. It's already built in to Create Yourself Nutrition, and you won't have to worry about it. It will change your life, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll be back after this break to continue to tell you more about me being called out on the Bible, and they were right. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower on YouTube, and this is Unindoctrinate. And of course, we're right here on YouTube. We're not going anywhere. I'm just going to roll right back into the radio. And we are heading into the midnight hour, reminding you of your personal power and reminding you that you've been sold a bill of goods. The Bible, it's like buying bullshit. Don't do it. It's no good. Now, if you are a warrior, if you feel, and I want you to really be honest with yourself. If you're not a warrior, there's no shame in that. It's not your time. It's not your place. Don't read the Bible. It will draw you down. It will hold you down. It will hold you back. It will keep you captive. It will bind you into that fear and guilt control matrix. It'll put you into contact with that wrath. Wayne says this, and we're going to have a show with Wayne on Sunday morning. God's willing and the creek don't rise. And the mean messages that I get, the messages that say, you're an asshole, you're a dick, I hope you die, you're going to burn in hell forever. It's always from Christians. I don't think I've ever got a mean, hateful, nasty email comment from someone that wasn't a Christian. I'm really trying to think. From people that wouldn't say they're a Christian or are a Christian but don't want to admit it. I have never got a mean, nasty, hateful email or comment from someone that wasn't affiliated with the Bible. Atheists don't call me an asshole. Buddhists don't call me a dick. But yet, this Bible is supposed to make good people, kind people, loving people. It doesn't. It makes them just like their father, wrathful, jealous, full of anger, striking out. It's not going to help you. It's going to hurt you. And don't feel like you have to read it. It's bad, bad news. But if you are a warrior and you feel like you're called to fight against this fear and guilt control matrix, if you feel like you can't live unless you stand against the injustice that's been perpetrated over the past 2,000 years by the Bible, warriors can use the Bible, because the Bible, what it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Bible is a book that contains the game plan, the battle plans on how to defeat us. The Bible is a book that shows you step by step how to defeat someone's divinity, how to defeat their sovereignty, how to defeat their freedom. It's a book that shows step by step how to steal somebody's sovereignty, how to steal their divinity, how to steal their freedom. It shows you how to build and maintain a fear and guilt control matrix. And as such, we can use it. Because when we use the Bible, when we read the Bible, we can look at it and say, that's what they're trying to do to us. That's what they're trying to perpetrate against us. Because of natural law, they have to tell us what they're going to do. They have to tell us about the false flags they're trying to perpetrate. They have to tell us about the lies that they're trying to perpetrate upon us. They have to tell us how they steal our sovereignty, how they steal our divinity, how they steal our freedom. They've got to show it to us, and it's there. But it takes a seasoned and a gifted insight. It's not for everybody. It's for warriors that want to take it up and fight against it. And if you don't, it's nothing on you. Maybe your fight's somewhere else. But unless you are called to be a warrior, don't read the Bible. And if you are, begin to read the Bible. And when you do, you'll begin to see, that's how they were going to fight us. That's how they're going to defeat us. And when I use the Bible now, that's what I'm doing. I'm showing you, hey, look here. Right here, like they showed you right here, that this guy called Jesus, whether he was real or not, says right here that his kingdom, his second coming, won't have any observable signs. And yet all of Christianity is telling you, look for the signs. They show you in their own book that they're lying to you. They show you in their own book that it's a scam. They show you in their own book that it's a sham, a travesty, a shamockery, a Travis shamockery. They show you that. And you'll also begin, when you begin to look at the Bible with a warrior's mind, you will see that it is an opposite coded book. Whatever the Bible says to do, you should almost do the opposite. Whatever the Bible says is going to happen, really the opposite's going to happen. Whatever the Bible says did happen, really the opposite happened in almost every case. When they say peace and safety, sudden destruction is going to come upon them. And the reality is, when they start saying sudden destruction, peace and safety is going to break out all over them. And that's what all of these people that are saying how bad things are and how they're getting worse, they're saying sudden destruction is coming. Sudden collapse is coming. Tribulation is coming. Trying times are coming. Chopping heads is coming. Tribulation's coming. Mark of the beast is coming. Antichrist is coming. No, it's not. None of it. It's a lie. They're saying sudden destruction. And what that means is that peace and safety are about to break out upon this world. Things are not bad and getting worse. Things are good and getting better. Today, I just read the economy is going to collapse any day, we're told. America will collapse. Finance will collapse. And then today, I look on the internet news and I see that, let me make sure I quote the statistic correctly. I don't want to be throwing out bad information, ladies and gentlemen. But right now in the United States of America, 158,510,000 people are working, which is a new record. And Black unemployment is at a record low. Did you hear that on CNN today? Did you hear that on MSNBC today? Did you hear that from your favorite Christian commentator? Did you hear that from your favorite Christians but won't admit that they are commentator? Did you hear that from your some Bible preaching dummies? Did you? Oh, no, you didn't hear that? A record number of people working, Black unemployment, a record low. But the economy is collapsing and everything's horrible and everything's terrible and the finances and this and that. And if you ever thought about this, ladies and gentlemen, the Bible says the greatest thing that can ever happen, the great win of the Bible is that Jesus comes back and rules from Jerusalem as a dictator over all the earth, throws everybody that disagrees with him into the lake of fire, and lives and reigns as a dictator from Jerusalem. Plus, the Bible says, as Hamilcar Barca correctly points out, chop off the end of your dick. The crazy thing isn't that the Bible says chop off the end of your dick. The crazy thing is that we did it for so long. And that you can't use anesthesia for that. Can you imagine the agony that we put our boys through? OMGs. What kind of a God says chop off the end of your dick? Wow. Can you imagine what kind of a God would say such a thing? What kind of a God would want such a bloody practice? And you got to ask the question, what happened to all those foreskins? I'll tell you what, they ate them. They ate them. There's a religion out there that the ones that originated that, the male priest suck the infant penis after they circumcise it. That sounds like my kind of party. No, it doesn't. But this is the God that we've been serving for 2,000 years. Wow. He told us to chop off our dicks, and we did it for 2,000 years. Who's the dummies? That God is sitting up there laughing his ass off. I can just imagine it up in heaven. Slow day. Hey, Yahweh, man, it's kind of boring today. What do you want to do? You know what? Watch this. I'm going to tell them to chop off their dicks, and they're going to do it. No way. Oh, they're chopping off their. I can't believe it. Yahweh, that's funny. Give me high five for that. Give me some skin. Ooh, you see what I did with that? What kind of a God would create you as you are and then say, number one, let me chop into your dick off, and then say, let me burn your ass up because of how I made you? He destroys you for the sin he gave you, unless you let him save you, whoops, from the sin he gave you. I don't know what's worse, him coming up with it or us believing it for 2,000 years. Are we crazy or what? Are we crazy or what? We're crazy. And for 2,000 years, we've been crazy. And for 38 years, I believed it. For 38 years, I couldn't get myself from drinking in that poison well, because the Bible's like meth. Do you think people start smoking meth because they think, ooh, this is a great idea. Let me smoke some meth. And do you think they keep smoking meth because it's fun? Have you ever looked at people that smoke meth? Do you think that they keep smoking meth because they like looking in the mirror and seeing how it's improving their physical appearance? No, that is not why they keep smoking meth. Do you think they keep smoking meth because it helps with their physique? No, that is not why they keep smoking meth. Do you think they keep smoking meth because it's fun to pick holes in your own skin? No. They keep smoking meth because they're hooked on it and they can't stop. That's why people keep following the Bible. They don't follow the Bible because it's got a God of love, because that God's going to kill every damn one that doesn't agree with everything he says. They don't keep following the Bible because it's great men and women that follow it. Most of the people that preach this thing are involved in child sacrifice and pedophilia. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The Bible's a bedrock of Western civilization. Look at Western civilization. I'm tired of killing. I'm tired of raping. I'm tired of pillaging. I'm tired of taking other people's stuff and stealing their land and saying that God gave it to me. Just because you're God, just because the people with better weaponry are able to take over land, it doesn't mean that God gave it to them. It means they got better weaponry. And guess what? One of these days, somebody with better weaponry than us is going to come along. Then what happens? Ooh. Say no to crack, say no to meth, say no to the Bible. Because the Bible condones pedophilia. The Bible condones rape. The Bible condones murder. No, it doesn't, Jeff. What does Romans 13 say? Follow Rome. Rome's appointed by God. The government's appointed by God. What are your senators and your governors and your past presidents and your priests and your preachers doing? Pedophilia, child sacrifice, stealing, robbing, raping, pillaging. But you're not allowed to say anything about it because they're appointed by God. And if they weren't appointed by God, they wouldn't be there. That's what Paul said, not what Jeff said. Spirit Girl SF, who I thought she'd be off in the desert drinking Kool-Aid right now, but she says Jesus is gay according to Jeffrey D. Show me one place where I ever said that Jesus was gay. It's impossible for Jesus to be gay because he wasn't real. How does somebody that's not real be gay? And why aren't you in the desert drinking Kool-Aid right now? Let's go into the chat room, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get some of the questions and comments from some of these amazing people in this chat room. And you know what? I moved. And as I moved from under, I don't have a shirt on, just this stylish, whatever this thing is. And as I moved, some air wafted up from inside of it, and it smelled like spearmint. And I thought, that smells manly and yet clean at the same time. That's because I'm using Hero soap. And if you go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the American flag logo, you can get Hero soap made by veterans, supporting veterans, organic, best stuff, pressed between the legs of virgins. Not really, but it is great soap. If you click on the Hero logo, and you know what? I'm supposed to give you a code word. No, I'm not. You just click on the logo and it takes you right there. And you get a great discount and you get the best soap. And it's called Hero Soap. Let freedom clean. Ladies and gentlemen. Ah, what a great smell. But anyway, let's read the questions. Most don't have discernment, says Tracy Dyer. She's right. Z Golden Report, nice to see you. I read the Bible, and here is the truth. The God of the Old Testament is totally from the God of the New Testament. True, and neither one of them are capital G gods. They're both little g gods. So is the Bible real or an astrology tale? Yes and no, Antonio. Yes and no. Plum Moon Bliss says the three most beautiful words in the world, they're not I love you, they're that's right, Jeffrey. Or you're right, Jeffrey. Either one will work. Jeffrey, you've helped me so much, says Scott Lewis Smith. Thank you, sir, but may I submit to you that I only helped you to help you. I haven't really helped you so much. I've helped you realize that you can help you so much. And that's just the way it is. The fight for dust, his name is Yaldabaoth. It is Yaldabaoth, but he loves us, Jeffrey. Yeah, he made you. He's going to throw the majority of you in a lake of fire. I'm not making that up. He says the way is narrow. Wide is the path where most people go. Narrow is the gate where the good people go. So he makes 1 billion people, and 950 million of them wind up burning in a lake of fire, and only 50 million of them go through this narrow gate. Not only does that sound like a psychopathic God, not only does that sound like a murderer and a killer, that God's a failure. If 95% of everybody that he makes winds up burning in a lake of fire, that God is a failure. If you're plumbing my pipes and 95% of the time they leak, you're a failure as a plumber. If you're fixing my electricity and 95% of the time it don't work, you're a failure as a plumber. If you're making my coffee and 95% of the time it doesn't have a pretty flower on the top of it, you're a failure as a barista. And if you're a God and 95% of the people that you make wind up going to the place that you designed for the worst, then you are a failure as a God, and you are a failure as a God, and we're coming after you. We're taking you down. Revelation 19 is not going to happen because we're not going to let it happen. There's a new sheriff in town. There's new gods in town. There's new goddesses in town. We're divine. We're sovereign. You're free. We're free, and you're a failure, and we're taking over. Sounds like scare tactics on steroids. Yes, it does. The Bible always gave me a panic attacks, says Plum Moon Bliss. Well, no shit. It's enough to give anybody panic attacks. Z Golden Report says Freemasons built America. They did. I'm not a Freemason. Never will be a Freemason. Don't want to be a Freemason. But I'm glad that it was Freemasons that created this country and not Christians. Because if it had been Christians, the Freemasons wouldn't have been able to be free, and neither would you or me. So thank goodness that the Freemasons had a lot of different religious diversity within their ranks. Oh, you didn't know there was Muslim Freemasons? You didn't know that the only rule about religion of Freemason is you have to believe in a higher power. But there's a lot of different higher powers. Satanist Freemasons? Oh, yeah. Thank the gods it wasn't the Christians that founded America. Or we'd be living under a theocracy right now, the likes of Saudi Arabia, only with a different cousin of that same God. Really the same God, just a different name, but I don't want to get too deep on you. So it was Freemasons fleeing Roman rule. Man, we got some smart people in this chat room. That was Tracy Dyer. Maya Man Mario says, I always thought God was love. The gods are love. It's just the little g God of the Bible. He's not love. He, by his own admission, the Lord your God is a jealous God. He said it, not me. The Lord your God is a wrathful God. He said it, not me. The Lord your God is an avenger, a destroyer, done in the third and fourth generations. Not only is he going to kill people, he's going to kill sons, grandsons, great-grandsons, and great-great-grandsons, because he has got a rage problem. He needs, what was that movie with Jack Nicholson? He needs that therapy, anger management. And we're fixing to give him some. He's going to have a long time to contemplate his navel because he's about to be brought low. Low. Damn, Jeff, says Geohawk. Why do your words always resonate with my heart and thought pattern? I didn't want to agree with you on this one. Now I'm challenged. Well, welcome to the party, cousin. The Vatican gave full papal approval of membership in secret society, says the Never Ending Network. Paul legalized secret society membership for Roman Catholics. Okay. So what? I don't get that one. Climate fear is the religion of the left. True. I wish I could get my people to see the truth. Man, how stupid they can be. I hear you, Cornell. Jenny Simon. If the country was created free, then why are all the presidents RH negative like myself? And in addition to all royalty, I don't know. And I don't know that that's true, but I understand why you believe it. And it's a question worth asking. Toth 777 says, truth, preach it. Look at the tragedy of what was done to the Native Americans in the name of the rat bastard. It's just like the Israelites coming across the Jordan into the promised land. That was already somebody's place. They killed them all. We start marching west, killing people in the name of manifest destiny from who? Our God. Our God wasn't any better than the Indians' gods. In fact, he's a lot worse. We just had better weaponry. And just because you have better weaponry doesn't mean you got a better God. It usually means the opposite. Let's see. My old Sunday school Bible is full of the doodlings of a 7-year-old brain. That's interesting. I was Catholic and never really read it, so I'm good. Thank you. It's very, very good that you didn't read it. Let's see what else we got here. Carlos Castaneda, Warrior, Nagal, Gnostics. Those are good books. Those are good books. What else we got here? The fasting in the Old Testament is good advice. Yeah, but you can find that in a million places without digging through the shit that you have to dig through in the Old Testament. And I mean shit literally, like shit. Let's see. The Bible never mentions the second coming of Christ, only King Cyrus. Hamilcar Barca. You're right. You're right. Let's see. Do what about will means following your own heart, not going out and acting like the God in the Bible. Shadow Spirit 56 makes a good point. She or he was referencing the do what thou wilt of Thelema. Do what thou wilt doesn't mean go out and do whatever you want and screw everybody else. Do what thou wilt means do your own stuff, take care of your own business, and let everybody else take care of their own business. Now, I'm not a Thelemite, but I am a person that wants to set the record straight. Do what thou wilt doesn't mean do what you want and screw everybody else. It means take care of your own business and let everybody else take care of their own business. Do what thou wilt, that shall be the whole of the law. It's the same thing as do unto others as you'd have them do unto you, only it's like just do what you do and let others do what they do. That's what it means. A little leaven spoils the whole loaf. Yes, it does. Matthew Garvin says, nobody puts it out there like you, Jeff. Thank you. Never Ending Network, you are where I was 30 years ago. You're starting to see the cracks in the foundation of big time religion, but you're doing everything you can to plug them up with shit. You don't even have cement. You're just trying to plug them up with shit. What you're feeling is cognitive dissonance. It's only going to get worse. You're living a lie. You're trying to plug the holes in a sinking boat, and you can't plug holes in a sinking boat with shit. It only works for a second. You're going to sink, Never Ending Network. You're going down unless you realize that you're in a leaky boat and that you need to get into another boat. You're going to drown because you are so full of cognitive dissonance and so full of confirmation bias that you can't even see yet what you're into. But that's all right. I've been there, and maybe one day you'll get here, ladies and gentlemen. We do have stem cells. They do have stem cells in Panama. And I got to say it because I didn't know this until yesterday when we had James and Daniela on, who are my partners with StemLight stem cells. And it doesn't come from abortions. That's illegal. It comes from donated cesarean section umbilical cords. And up until President Donald Trump signed a law allowing stem cell usage in the United States, you couldn't even get that here. Why? Because Big Pharma doesn't want you healed. Big Pharma wants you on drugs and under a surgeon's knife. And the next time somebody says, Donald Trump hasn't done anything, tell them, oh, really? He signed a bill that allows stem cell therapy to be used in the United States. And oh, yeah, you can tell them he also destroyed the mainstream media. And that's just two. Don't get me started on that. But thank you, Clint Richardson. You can get stem cells in Panama, and you can get them in Fort Worth, Texas. And we're working to help you get them wherever you are through STEM Light. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you wonder why I'm always feeling so good, why I'm always looking so good, I mean, look at me. Look at me, 56 years old. Look at that. There's no lines. There's little laugh lines, but it's how, why? Well, Mystech is part of it. It puts me in the Schumann resonance. It puts my body into harmony, and I'm not in chaos like you're in. Yeah, I wear a lot of it because I like it, and I feel good. Another part is fluffy. Focus, life force, energy. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com. And I got some stuff on my eyes from Create Yourself Nutrition too. It's some stem cell good stuff right there. So yeah, I'm using that too. But go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the fluffy logo. They'll give you 15-day trial on your house, 15-day trial on your phone, and you will have a more nurturing environment around you 24/7, and it makes a difference in your life. If you're having trouble battling with fear porn, get fluffy. If you're having trouble battling with depression, get fluffy. If you're having trouble battling with anxiety, get fluffy. Focus, life force, energy. It's 30 days. And even if you get both like I do, it's still, I spend way less on fluffy than I spent at Star Beezy. You may know it as Star Bezow, getting mediocre coffee at $7 a cup, according to Rex Bear. And if you like these glasses and you want to get some Blu-ray protection or blue whatever protection, the Swanwick logo is also on the website. Let's see, folks. I'm one of the ones who called you out. The Never Ending Network did call me out. Well, then why are you still so deep in the God spell if you called me out? Anyway, I'm dying to know what Jeff thinks of the lost magic of Jesus. Jesus wasn't real. Anyway, Jesus was a physician. Jesus wasn't real. But anyway, it's a curse paid in blood. That's why it has power. Good point. The truth shall set you free from the Bible. Clint Richardson, give that man a prize. The Christians will kill you as they're praying for you. T.L. Clark, absolutely right. Let's see. Let's see what we got. The Bible shows you to be a hypocrite. Shows you how to be a hypocrite. Let's see what else we got here. Christians think it's righteous anger, but it's just cruel. It is. It's just cruel. Weren't Kennedy and Lincoln Christians? Kennedy was a Roman Catholic. Lincoln was a liar, a thief, a charlatan, and a thoroughly disgusting individual. Let's see. Lincoln was a Marxist. Tracy Dyer bringing the truth. He was a Marxist. Let's see. There's other places you can find truth. Any truth that's in the Bible can be found somewhere else. Thank you so much, Geo Hawk. That's why I say don't read the Bible. Anything in the Bible, they stole. Anything good in the Bible was stolen from somewhere else. Boom. That's so true. That is so true. Why do people look for truth when they already have it? Ooh, great question, Hamilcar Barca. That was a great, great question. What else we got here? Christianity is set up for making victims, says Mariana Wistuba. 100% true. 100% true. What else we got? People say Jesus was a sorcerer. Jesus wasn't real. Oh, shit, I'm way over time on Unindoctrinate. Oops. See what happens? I get all fired up. That's okay. We're going to have to trim this one. Let me go ahead and cut it right now so I have less to go through. Oh, boy. See what happens when you people get me fired up? It's all your fault. A true warrior wants to know the battle plan. Absolutely. Plum Moon says you speak the truth, Jeffrey. Thank you so much. I try. The Dow's over 28,000, just about, says Z Golden, but everything's horrible. I'm trying to get a guy that's a great financial advisor. He handles Cynthia's finances. He's a great guy. His lawyers won't let him come on the show. I think that's probably just a polite way of saying, dude, I'm a Christian and you're way too radical for me to come on your show. And I respect that. But this guy knows how to handle money. This guy's been in it longer than I've been in Christianity. He understands the market. He understands trends. And he's like, listen, man, just chill out. The world's not coming to an end. The dollar's not collapsing. We're not ready to go over a cliff. Things are cyclical. There's highs, there's lows. There might be a correction in the market, but it's not going to be catastrophic. Don't listen to the fear pointers. They don't know what they're talking about. The economy's not collapsing. The country's not collapsing. We're not headed for the tribulation. They're full of this bullshit out of this book right here. They're all that fairy dust that you see falling down behind me has got them high on their God. Got them high on fear, got them high on guilt, got them high on control. They're in a trance, or they're trance makers. Either way, folks, I'm here to tell you, and I'll keep telling you, and I'm going to keep saying it every month. I'm going to say, I told you so. Okay? I've been telling you things are not bad and getting worse, and that things are good and getting better. And guess what? In October, things were good and got better. I told you so. And I'm going to do that every month, once a month on the 1st. This is the 1st. Can I ask, I'm having a good time. We may stay here a while tonight. Can I ask my fear porn mongers, any day now, it's all going to collapse. You were saying that in October, it's November, ain't nothing collapsed. And Paul was saying 2,000 years ago that we're moving into tribulation times. 2,000 years. They're going to be chopping heads. 2,000 years. You're preaching from the same sheet of music. You're singing from the same sheet of music that Paul started singing from 2,000 years ago. He was a liar then. You're a liar now. Things are not bad and getting worse. Things are good and getting better. And you're afraid that you're about to lose control. And you know what? You are. Your world is coming to an end. Tribulation is coming on you and your kind, because the divine, the sovereign, the free now outnumber you, and you're going down. You're going down to Chinatown. Things are good and getting better, and that's why you're afraid. And I told you so. It's November now, and yet another month, nothing bad happened. Wasn't something bad supposed to happen sometime in October? Didn't happen. I won't stand in line at Walmart. I sure as heck won't stand up my entire time after Earth. I'm not sure what that means, but that's funny. What else we got? The king of the Jesuit deception. That's who Jesus is. Ooh, Shadow Spirit 56. Boom. Give me 5 on that. Bring it in. Give me a hug. That's good stuff. Let's see. The reality is imploding because the end of the cycle of deception. Freedom, baby. Monkey experiment. Give me a high five. Bring it in. Give me a hug. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm stealing Rocky's line. The Pope's audience hall is insane. It's serpentine. Jenny Simon's right. Gary Rosenquist says, I want my foreskin back. Can I confess something, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, we're going to talk about foreskin. I'm going to give you my 5 cents about foreskin. I know it's a barbaric ritual, and I know it's really got to hurt when you're a baby. I don't remember it. But I'm kind of glad I did it. I'm glad that it was done to me because it looks better to me. It's cleaner to me. I mean, you got that skin and it's like, I mean, what's underneath that? Now, if you got your foreskin on, I'm sure you're happy with it. It's none of my business, but I'm just saying it seems more sanitary to me. Seems a little cleaner to me. I wouldn't do it because it's religious. I wouldn't do it because it's a blood ritual. But somehow I'm kind of glad. It just seems more clean to me. It seems more sleek to me. It seems more like, built for speed now because there's not that extra. And I just, I don't understand that it's got to be like, doesn't it like dirty up in there and stuff? Isn't it like funky up in there? Is there like cheese? I don't know. But it makes me wonder, and not in a good way. So I'm kind of happy. The religious part, I'm against it. For and you know, people can feel free to enlighten me, but all I can say is I don't want my foreskin back, Gary. I'm good with where I'm at. I'm good with where I'm at. Jews got circumcision from the Scythians, says Hamilcar. Okay, it is abusive mutilation, but somehow I think it looks kind of good, Jennifer. I don't know. It's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm willing to be educated on that. Jesus was made up by the Jesuits. Shadow spirits on fire tonight. He was. He was made up by the Romans. Do you realize that Jesus never existed? He was made up. Dudes, he was made up. Made up. What's up, 2-liter J? 2-liter J. Why do I know 2-liter J? Cynthia, why do I know 2-liter J? That name sounds very familiar. I know that I should know you more than I know you, but I don't know why. Anyway, good to see you. Sorry I had a mental cramp of, huh? He's the little thug guy. That's right. It's Baby Thug. It's Baby Thug. We ain't got nothing better to make videos about than me. Now I can understand your homosexual obsession with me, 2-liter J, because this is sexy. Look at this. This is sexy right here. I can understand why you think about me at night and touch yourself. I can understand why you make videos about me on your channel. That's okay. It's a whole lot of sexy, and you got a whole lot of repressed homosexual tendencies there. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. You just keep your gay 2-liter J with you, and I'll keep my sexiness here with me. I knew there was a reason that name rung a bell. And that's all right. 2-liter J, you're not the only one that has a homosexual obsession with me. You're really not. So I understand there's a whole lot of sexy going on here. I understand there's a whole lot of man. Look at this. Whoop, whoop. I get it. Just keep your gay over there, 2-liter J, and I'll keep my sexiness over here. Oh, God, that's funny. Thank you for coming in. I love my trolls, especially the ones with homosexual obsessions about me. Is there a way to speak to you directly? Well, your name is Play a Girl. There might be. I'm kidding. You can email me at gothamlikeinbatmanltd@gmail.com. You can email me at thechristianwhistleblower@gmail.com. Sometimes I didn't wish I hear the things. I wish I didn't hear the things I do. I get you. I do. Say no to male genital mutilation, but it looks better, Freeman. And this used to be part of my stand-up routine, and maybe it should have been left there, but I'm just saying, have you ever seen an uncircumcised dildo? The answer is no. I rest my case. It's not a religious case. It's just looks, speed, Anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus is actually the beast. Yes, he is. Ease Uchilla. Very well spoken. Let's see what else. Super expensive facial creams have foreskin in it. Really? I hope you're wrong, Jennifer. I hope you're wrong. I guarantee you the ones that create your self-nutrition at jeffreydaugherty.com do not have any foreskin in them. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Let's see what else we got. Jesus was a child sacrifice. He wasn't real, but the story makes him a product of a child rape. But he was 32 when he was supposedly sacrificed in the story. So I don't think that makes him a child sacrifice, but a human sacrifice. Z Golden says they murdered and raped people, and then they wrote the Bible. They murdered and raped people while they were writing the Bible. Do you realize that Mary was probably 9, 10 years old, maybe 11, maybe 12, when the God of the Bible paralyzed her? We'll talk about this tomorrow. The God of the Bible paralyzed her, came and overpowered her, which it's a paralyzed 9-year-old girl. Why do you have to overpower her? And then he implanted something in her womb. Not a baby, that wasn't the word used. Not a child, that wasn't the word used. Something he implanted in her womb. And there is your Christmas story. Doesn't that make you feel warm? Maybe because you wet yourself because it's so horrific. But anyway, Paul said, chop it off. He did. Paul said, chop it all off. He did, didn't he? Let me go on the record as saying, circumcision I can see for some cleanliness and look, but I'm not for chopping it all off. I am not for castration in any way, shape, or form. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine that? The Bible is the mark of the beast. That's a really good thought, Ease. That's a really good thought because they carry it around in their right hand. The Bible is their right hand. It's really like a mark on their forehead because the Jews used to tie a phylactery, P-H-Y, I can't say it. So the Bible really is in the forefront of their mind. Ooh, that's a good one, ladies and gentlemen. That's a good one. That's a good one. Jesus is gay according to Jeffrey D. I never said that. He wasn't real. How can he be real gay when he wasn't even real? Why aren't you in the desert drinking Kool-Aid? They smoke meth to dampen down emotions and independent thinking because they can't get a handle on their own true selves. And they get frightened to stop and face it all. Sounds exactly like religion, exactly like Christianity. If you smoke meth because you can't handle real life, that's why people smoke the Bible. The Bible's just another alphabet agency, CIA, NSA, ATF, BIBLE. Let's see. What kind of a God has sex with it? It wasn't even a 12-year-old, probably a 9-year-old. I'm going to go all the way through this. If you have to leave, I understand, but I want to mention all of these comments. Oh, there must have been some good ones because some people got kicked out. I like it. Let's see. Where else? Where did I leave off? Man, there's a lot of comments in here tonight. I appreciate it. Where did I leave off? Come on. Sometimes it jumps on me. Let's see. The never-ending network of the God of the Bible isn't our creator. Where is it? Wow, is there really that much in here tonight? This is good stuff. This is really good stuff. People have been slaughtering enough for centuries, but if you claim you can do it in the name of your God, then you have a reason for it. I agree. That's good. Well, the furthest up I can get is here, so we'll start from here. Let's see. 300 million natives dead. I don't know if that's true or not, Emerald Eagle. I know that it was way too many. About the naked boy thing, Jeff DeVito, I know who Jesus, it is very profound. Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane, and this is just a story, but the stories they make up and show you that Jesus, oh, that's why she said Jesus was gay. I said Jesus was gay. Jesus was, I'm not saying he was gay, but I'm saying he was sleeping with a naked boy. You might not be gay and sleep with a naked boy. Kind of hard to explain that one, but yeah, you're right. He did sleep with a naked boy. So maybe I did say that Jesus was gay. I never said Jesus was gay, but I said he slept with a naked boy. So, okay, maybe I was wrong twice in the same program. Is that possible? Is that possible? Yeah, the Native Americans weren't, Tracy's making the point that they weren't the first ones here and that they also had slaves, and they weren't perfect people either. But we did, whether they were perfect people or not, we came along, killed them, took their land. Bad. We shouldn't have done it. Let's see. Hell is a valid translation of Hades and Sheol. No, it's not. I disagree with that. It's a bad translation, but that's okay. We can have diversity amidst unity. Let's see what else we got. We are sovereign, divine, and free. Slavery kept many people from dying by feeding, clothing, and housing them. That's an interesting way to look at it. You don't know the creator never ending, not if you support the Bible. I would agree with that. More mistech tomorrow. You can't ever have too much mistech, said the guy wearing 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 bracelets. I agree. The God of the Bible isn't our creator. No, well, does Jeff Daugherty what? What does Jeff Daugherty what? That fluffy is awesome. It really is. The amazing Jesus. If you haven't seen, if you want to laugh, Google Bobby Hill, the amazing Jesus. That's funny. It will make you laugh. The God of the Bible is the creator of our flesh. Yeah, probably. Probably. Let's see. The Bible is a cut and paste of mythologies. Yes, it is. Was Lincoln Jewish? I don't know. I don't know. Jesus was a Russian a Russian plant. That's funny stuff right there. Stop. Funny stuff. Let's see. Amazing life of daily baffling synchronicity. It almost feels like PTSD in a way. Huh. What if God's reincarnated as different people at different times and teach the same universal truths? What if God's reincarnated as people? Jenny, that's interesting. I don't think that gods can actually reincarnate as people, but I think that the things that we call gods can come in and push people out of their bodies and inhabit them, or suppress them in their bodies and inhabit them. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. I like that. Antonio lives in a Christian homeless shelter here in LA, and we pray for everything. Well, Antonio, that's a good example of Christianity is really, really bad, but yet there's still some people within Christianity that do some really, really good things. It's hard for me to square that. How long can they stay Christian when they're helping people and doing the right thing? It fries my brain that good people can stay in that environment of error so long. And with a homeless shelter, it might be finances, a lot of stuff like that. But anyway, bros won't debate. No, he won't. He's afraid, but that's okay. And he's insignificant anyway. Here's the real question. NP asks, what if Santa's real? That's a subject too deep for me, ladies and gentlemen. Way too deep for me. Jeff, did you forget about the planet Nibiru? Yeah, that's funny. Paul probably was fictional too. I agree, Hamilcar. He was probably fictional too. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Let's see. Every church steeple in the world is a representation of the phallus. That's right. Church steeples are, should I say erect penises or hard dicks? Either one. Either one. With all due respect, please don't pray for me. Yeah, don't pray for me either. Don't want your prayers. Let's see. Delete Sword of Truth. I'm not sure what Sword of Truth is. November is 9, so something is supposed to happen November 11th. Antonio, brother, don't waste your time. Ain't nothing happening on November the 11th. Ain't nothing happening. It's more fear porn. Get that corn out of my face. Exactly right. Use hero soap. You'll be fine. Absolutely. Cynthia laughs out loud. Old school thinking, Jeff, regarding the foreskin. Infection. That's what I'm thinking, Tracy. All that extra skin and it's like retractable and there's got to be, listen, there's skin over the end of it and there's space in there. And I can just imagine stuff between the schlang and the skin. And there's room and there's friction and it's moving and it can't be dry in there. I'm just saying that, oh man, it's got to be yucky. And I don't know about you ladies and maybe some of you men, but how do you ask this question? Ladies and men that have done this, those of you that have performed fellatio on a uncircumcised penis, did you find it to have a bad taste? Did you ever find any foreign matter in there? Anything resembling cheese? Anything resembling like just junk in there? Dude, there's got to be some junk in there. Anyway, it gives me the heebie-jeebies, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I know. I'm sorry. But dude, it's got to be. Let's see. Male yeast infections. That's what I'm talking about, Emerald Eagle. You have to learn how to keep it clean. Not me, because mine is automatically clean. Anyway, you have no choice to get it back. That's true. Don't get into sex talk. Too late. I have a foreskin and it's perfectly healthy and clean. Product of millions of years of evolution. Hamilcar, that's a good point. Hamilcar, that is a good point. It was maybe put there for a reason. But then again, the rad bastard made this meat suit. So maybe it's part of the deception. That's all I'm saying. And there's got to be, I'm just saying, there's room. It's closed up. There's no ventilation. That just sounds like a perfect environment for funk. And if there's none, that means that you're cleaning out and taking care of it. And that's extra work, man. I don't need that extra work. I really don't. I don't need that extra work. Foreskin cutting is Old Testament just shows you don't understand the Bible. Oh, really? I own this chat. No, this shows that you really are a special kind of, I'm not going to say the word anymore. I'm going to act as if we have 400,000 subscribers. Do I really have to show you, ladies and gentlemen, I own this chat, that the New Testament endorses circumcision, and Paul specifically endorsed circumcision? Anyway, the term is smegma. Oh, now we're getting the science behind it. And Rocky and I are all about the science. Smegma, a mixture of skin, sweat, skin oil, mucus, and dead skin. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want any of that. And have you encountered that in your erotic adventures? And didn't it ruin the whole mood? But anyway, how much sensitivity is lost? That's a good question, Pork Chop Gang Terry. How much sensitivity is lost? That's a good question. So it's a little give and take there. A little more maintenance, a little more pleasure. I get it. Okay, I get it. He was copied by the Romans and whoever it was, their message, no, never in a network. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you being here. But he was invented by the Romans. Cynthia says he's already taken. I guess she means me. I wish Jeff had higher self-esteem. Oh, she was talking to 2-liter, what's his name? Jay. Let's see. Oh, no, not the sexiness. Oh, yeah, it's right here. He said, oh, God. I meant, oh, gods, with an S. So funny. Martha Fenno must have been a really, really bad girl because she got banned. Jeff, don't forget people like me think you have a sexy brain. Oh, thank you, TT. I'm sure I do. Let's see. Ever notice females are the most disgusting in this chat? Rocky and I don't mind that, Terry. In fact, we encourage it. So, hey, it's all right. Girls, don't let Tracy make you feel restricted. Now I am in trouble. They give Christians a run for their money and disgustingness. It's programming, Jeff, regarding the foreskin. Yeah, it might be. I've seen uncircumcised first on Amazon. And, oh, that's what a friend said. Anyway, I agree you have to look better. Shameless plug. Jennifer is wrong. It's semen. Ooh. That could be in there too. Festering and molding. Jesus, the word became flesh. Jesus wasn't real. The word didn't become flesh. He wasn't real. But anyway, Jesus was put to death for drug trafficking. No, that was Jesus Hamilcar. See, I gave you a good talking point, Jeff. You did. I'm not sure what it was. Let's see. A thing, right? A thing. Some have now found to have powered foreskin. And anyway, your Jesus is a thing and not in a good way. 27 Jesus stories. That's conservative. Probably a lot more, Scotty boy, but I'm with you. Paul probably wanted a man woman. Oh, maybe. Jeff, Jesus gave his life for us. Okay, let's say he did. So you're saying that Jesus committed suicide for me. Or God, his dad, killed him. So was the Father God a murderer, or was Jesus a suicide? And you're saying that your religion is built on a human sacrifice. And remember, in the garden, Jesus said, no, 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 4 times. Please, please, no, don't want to do it. But the Father mind melted him. The Father mind controlled him. MK Ultra, Tavistock, mind control, overrode his own will. It's not true, but the story is that Jesus, and this is an example of what they do to us. Jesus says, no, 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 no. The Father says, go to the cross. Get on the cross, bitch. Jesus said, no. He said, get on the cross. Mary said, no, no, no. Jesus said, take it. Or the Father said, take it. The Father's in the raping and killing business. And that's your God. What that shows is he will rape you when he wants to. He will kill you when he wants to. He will toy with you for his amusement as long as you stay in the blood poison matrix. Ooh, eating meat is the mark of the beast. I don't know about that, but I haven't eaten it for a couple months and I feel really, really good. That's all I have to say. Sorry, folks, this is going long, but I'm going to answer all the questions tonight because I just feel like it. I just feel like it. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Let me get back up here. I don't know. I hate it when it jumps. I don't know why it jumps, but it does jump. Look at Jeff looking down. Ha, 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 Cynthia. Ha, ha, ha. Let's see. The Bobby Hill skit will make you laugh. Where is it? Where's the end? Just for kicks, looks up what happens to circumcised foreskins. I don't think I want to know. What percentage of American males are circumcised? It's got to be 75, 80%. Got to be 75, 80%. You know what? Let's find out. What percentage of U.S. males are circumcised? And the Oracle Google says, the World Health Organization. Oh, this is just, the World Health Organization says the overall male circumcision rate in the United States, I said 85. It's between 76 and 92%. Wow. That makes 85 sound right there. So Pork Chop Gang, you asked, we tell you. Eating meat's the mark of the beast. I've got to wonder if we're so hooked on eating meat because we're eating adrenochrome. And I got to wonder if it's about this animalistic part of us. And then I got to wonder if we do have to have some meat every now and then. It's part of us reminding that this is a bad place to be in this flesh. So that there's both sides of it. And we can't start getting judgmental because I think you got to have some animal protein at some point in your life. But anyway, how much does a circumcision cost? How much profit do they make? There's the question. Hamilcar, how much profit is there in a circumcision? Will that be on here? How much profit in a circumcision? Somebody's making money on it. How much profit? There's money in circumcision. Ooh, look at this. And this is just from circumstitions.com. Infant circumcision in the U.S. It's saying how much money is in it. How much money is in it? How much money is in it? Ooh, let's see. The International Coalition for Genital Integrity. I'm sorry. That just sounds really funny to me. The International who knew there was an International Coalition for Genital Integrity? In 1999, whoa, dude. In 1991, circumcisions totaled a cost of $20 million. Wow. In 2001, $35 million, according to the U.S. taxpayer, that the U.S. taxpayers had to pick up because of Medicaid. Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen. Medicaid pays $60, but circumcision is like $500. Oh, man. Can you imagine? $35 million. That was 2001. Holy crap. That's a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. So there's money in circumcision. Boy, the things you learn in this chat room, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. There's no proof Jesus existed. That's true, except for the Bible. And if you believe the Bible's true because the Bible says it's true, you might want to work on your logical reasoning a little bit. Prove that he's not. This is great. I own this chat. You repeat he's not real, prove it. Look, bro, if you're a bro, look, I was going to say a bad word. Look, sis, if you're a chick, I don't have to prove that Santa Claus isn't real. You have to prove he is real. I don't have to prove that Jesus is real. I don't have to prove that Jesus is real. You have to, wait a minute. I don't have to prove he's not real. You have to prove he is real. And isn't that funny that Israel is Israel? But anyway, that's beside the point. I don't have to prove a negative. You've got to prove a positive. And there's not, I've been in this for 38 years. I've studied up one side, down the other. How long have you been studying I on this chat? I bet you haven't been studying it for 38 minutes. Not one bit of objective, empirical, extra biblical evidence, and if you don't understand those words, look them up, proves that Jesus was real. Jesus hung around men all the time, so I don't know. Z Golden, remember, he wasn't real. He wasn't real. What happens to circumcised foreskins? I'm not going to. Okay, I'll do it. What happens to circumcised foreskins? What happens to circumcised foreskins? Oh, God, here we go. Oh, gods, here we go. What happens to it? 7 surprising things that circumcised foreskins are actually used for. Ladies and gentlemen, from ranker.com, 7 surprising things that circumcised foreskins are used from. They are used for stimulating hair growth. Wow. Used for creating stem cells, not stem light. I'll have you know. They are from cesarean section donated umbilical cords. So sometimes foreskins are used to stimulate hair growth. So listen, I got good news and bad news. It's going to grow some hair, but it's going to be dick hair. Ooh, creating stem cells. What else is it from? Facial cream. Oh, ladies. Oprah uses facial creams made with human foreskin. Oh, that's beautiful. Oprah's rubbing foreskin all over her 5 head. Oh, that, you can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. And they don't use the word foreskin. They use instead human fibroblast conditioned media. So go check your face cream and see if it says human fibroblast conditioned media. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Product testing, treating bed sores and diabetes alters. Oh, my goodness. Patients confined to a hospital bed are at risk of developing these painful sores. And by use of the cells taken from donated foreskins, baby 2, 3, 4, 5 days old, little Johnny, do you want to donate your foreskin? Johnny, if you want to donate your foreskin, say, he wants to donate it. Sign him up. Oh, my. Now, here is something that I won't laugh at. Creating bioengineered skin for burn victims. Foreskins are used for skin grafts. Wow. Who knew, ladies and gentlemen? Who knew? What does this source say? Newsday.co.zw. What does it say? It says that our foreskins, no, it's too long and it doesn't have any headings, so I'm not going to use it. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, now I know way too much about foreskin usage. Way too much. Way too much. Why would an adult want to sleep with a naked boy or girl? Well, that's a good question. That's a good question. I'm not saying he was gay, but he was naked in a bed with a boy. Yeah, exactly. So Jesus was doing the Michael Jackson, it's okay to lay with naked boys thing. Hey, let's see. Jeffrey's archive and watch the episodes. Yep. Red thread, curse, and bondage. Red letter signifies the red thread. Yeah, the red. Oh, the red letters. They're red because of blood. Human sacrifice, child sacrifice. But hang on to those red letters. Wow. Why are people so unsophisticated? But the Bobby Hill skit will make you wet your pants. It will make you cry. Let's see. No one wants to be destroyed without mercy. I don't want to be destroyed even with mercy. How about ascended masters? Do they reincarnate? My first thought is only if they're stupid. If you're an ascended master and you got out of this thing, why would you want to come back? You'd have to really want to serve humanity to cover back. And if you're an ascended master and you come back, would you be circumcised or not? Knowing what you know now. We are the ascended masters descended. I like that, Emerald Eagle. I don't think there are ascended masters. I tend to go with Dyer on this one. They both screw you. I lost that. Let's see. Oh my God, how many doors would that open if Santa was real? That's so funny. Bacteria fest is what I'm saying. All that bacteria, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, Jeff is talking about foreskin again. This is how far back I am. Maybe if you don't shower, Jeff, that's a good question. But you got to pull it back and wash it. And is there a stinging issue there? I don't know. You are born with it. That's true. Avoid the answer, Jeff, on foreskin. I agree with that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Dude, stop. Somebody says, "Oh no, are you saying this, Cynthia L?" I'm not going to go there, Cynthia. Don't worry. 2 brothers are circumcised, 2 brothers not. No problems with any of them. Okay. I would circumcise my boy, but I would supervise and tape it. Okay, that's you, brother. That's sister. Circumcised doesn't taste like candy. Oh, I see. You're saying that there could be some foul taste associated even with a circumcised penis, but then you're really talking about some funkiness. Then, because if you get anywhere in that vicinity and it smells bad, I would advise you not to continue with the act. If there's a hygiene, I mean, I would look at fingernails, toenails, skin. If they're not taking care of that stuff, they're not taking care of that stuff. I'm just saying, trying to give you helpful hints for life. Oh boy, where did this come from? How did we get on this? Oh, Cecilia giving advice on, I guess I might as well read it. Fellatio, she says, on a clean uncircumcised is fun. I'll take your word for that, Cecilia. That's okay. Oh, and Deborah says you're supposed to pull it back regularly. I would ask why Deborah's an expert, but I'm not gonna. Okay. But see, that's more work. I'm for less work. It's like Starbucks. I go in there. I used to say 1 bathroom men, 1 bathroom women. I go in the men's bathroom, no decisions. Now there's 2 bathrooms that just say bathroom. I've got to make a decision I didn't used to have to make. To me, that's work. I preferred men, women, no decisions, but that's just me. Cheese whiz. That's what I was thinking. Let's see. No, Jeff says Pam King. The mud god. Are we talking about circumcision again? Anyway, let's see. Are you a Gnostic, Jeff? I resist labeling. I will not be labeled as anything. I'm just a dude trying to figure it out. But do we want to discuss how nasty vaginas can be? Nah, we don't. We don't. When my son was born, a baby had died from circumcision. Ooh, yeah. I could see it. I like to wash my whistle, says Barry Chad. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. The kilt needs foreskin to keep from having a bad rash. So that's a plus. I don't get it. But anyway. OMG, cheese. Yeah. Smells like cheese. Just don't go there. If there's any odor, walk away. Baby powder. Don't put that down there. Yeah, I could see bad things. Baby powder would clump and stuff. Yeah, I could see we don't want that. We don't want that. Circumcision on babies is child abuse and evil. I can see where you're coming from, Hamilcar. A slip of the blade ruins a fellow for life. And you do all these circumcisions, there's going to be a slip every now and then. Someone's going to sneeze. Someone's going to slip, stumble. Their hand's going to cramp. All I'm saying is, man, wow. Wow. I wish YouTube didn't limit at 200. I don't know what that means. Circumcision is baby torture. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. But still, man, I don't know about that whole thing. I've heard you say that being circumcised limits to, I heard it. Some have said that. Interesting. I can put the kibosh on that, Vince. I floated your name in some conservative websites, Jeff. What does that mean? Circumcised schlongs get that stuff too. Yeah, but you really have to be nasty to let your uncircumcised package get dirty. You got to be just funktastic for that, man. Do you not use some soap? Some hero soap will take care of that. And it'll smell good. It'll be more attractive to the opposite sex or the same sex if you're into that. I'm just saying. I'm glad my mom didn't do it to me, says GeoHawk. Oh, thank you, TL Clark. I appreciate that. My stomach is getting messy. Yeah. Let's see. Circumcised. Was Jesus circumcised? Well, he wasn't real, but that's an interesting question. I don't want someone's blood on my hands. Yeah, for sure. Pass this cup. Isn't suicide a trip straight to hell? Ooh, Jesus committed suicide. So where is he? Really good one. Jeff, you nailed it. A suicidal sacrificial God. Damn it. It jumped again on me. It jumped. Talcum powder is a carcinogen, I think she said. Trace, Cynthia. Let's see. Doggone it. I got to go back up. I lost it. I might have to actually stop before I get through all these questions. I can't get to them all. Where are we at? Do you eat meat, Jeff? No, I don't. Let's see here. Where are we at? Doggone it. Oh, here we go. Can I sacrifice my kids? No, you can't. Only God can do that. They make you take on his guilt they do. Jesus wasn't real, Godfrey. I'm just saying. Bros says that his duty as Enoch is not to hurt your message. Yeah, bro's just straight crazy. Let's see. Quit thinking of putting one in your mouth, Jeff, and you'll quit gagging. I'm not thinking of putting one in my mouth. Let's see. I'm about to adopt 2 kittens. Thank you for that segue, Pork Chop. We really needed that one. I needed to think about kittens right then. Let's see. I thought Peter tried to talk him out of going, and Jesus said, "Get behind me, Satan." Bro, come on, man. I don't want my son circumcised, but my husband made him. All I'm saying is I'm glad I am. Maybe that's little of me, but you know. That is a laugh, Cynthia. Okay, what do we got? If the husk is still on the corn, I don't want it. That's funny. That's funny. Do animals produce adrenochrome? It's a good question. It's a good question, but they are filled with fear most of their lives. They're filled with fear at the butchering process. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's see, $200 to $300 per circumcision. Medicare's only paying, or Medicaid's only paying 50 or 60. The taxpayers pick up the rest. Ooh, wow. Who knew genitals had integrity? Exactly. That was my thought. Genital integrity. Let's see. I'm getting down there. It's so bad, Cynthia, so bad. Are we not ascended masters? Yes, we are. Nice to know my genitals have integrity. Me too, Kathy. I agree with you. That isn't true. There's evidence, quite a bit of it. No, there's not Never Ending Network. I've been searching this for 38 years. There's 4 or 5 little fragments. 4 of them are proven to be, hey, we're never, Musa. The earliest evidence that is touted as proof that Jesus lived, nobody started talking about it until 240 AD. Why do you wait for 240 years to try to prove something? Oh, shit, because nobody thought it was real for 240 years. All of these things were I've done shows on it, research them. There's no empirical objective evidence outside the Bible that Jesus was real. And if you say the Bible's true because the Bible's true, you're a special kind of special. Oh, I like that. See, I avoided a word. You're a special kind of special. I know a few grown men who perform their own circumcision after believing Yahweh. Speaking of a special kind of special, wow. Wow, I agree with you, GeoHawk. Shut up, Jeffrey. Santa is real. Okay. Jeff Berwick, anarchist, is trying to grow his foreskin back. Well, he should go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the stem light logo, and have some stem cells injected into his penis and see if it grows back his foreskin. Somewhere right now, somebody's thinking, would it make it grow bigger? I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Men are having their foreskins restored. Why? Why? Oh, no, please no. Say it ain't so, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Say it ain't so. It goes in creams. Yeah, somebody was way ahead of me. Let's see. No, thank you. You can keep it. That TV show Preacher said it. They would have something to do with foreskins from babies. Oh, yuck. I don't even like to think about that. La, 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 la. Sandra Bullock puts foreskins on her face for youth look. So does Oprah. And it's not helping Oprah. I'm just saying. I'm not judging. I'm just saying. They actually came in and asked me if we wanted to keep the placenta. What would you want with the placenta? And unfortunately, somebody's probably going to answer that. Let's see. Somebody's going to answer that. Jeff's 4 or 5 little Johnny. Well, I mean, that's true. I mean, how the hell? How can you blow the whistle on Christians and other religions without using the Bible? Simply sharing your opinions about this life, we will accomplish that. You can still blow the whistle on Christians without using the Bible. I don't think so, but that's okay. I'll take it under advisement. Most products contain some animal products. For like example, marshmallows. Well, I don't eat marshmallows anyway. Oh, at the end of the day, Jennifer donated her C-section cord.
They eat the placenta.
Who eats it?
That's what the parents.
Why? Wait. Cynthia says they eat the placenta? No, they don't. How do they cook it? Is it fried? Is it broiled? Is it boiled? Do you eat it plain? Any of you placenta eaters out there? Feel free to share your placenta recipes. Why are you eating a placenta? Oh my goodness gracious. I'm donating my skin for a warm hat for somebody needy. Oh, am I the only person here with a foreskin? You might be, Hamilcar. You might be the only person. And soap under there wouldn't be. Dyer, you're so right. She doesn't even have a penis, but she's thinking like a person with a penis. How I don't want that soap. It's like, and if you get the soap in there and then the foreskin comes back up and the soap is under, that's got chafing written all over it. Even Hero soap. I wouldn't recommend Hero soap in between your foreskin and your schlong. I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. Anyway, what is the name of the God of foreskins? Yahweh, Jesus. They're the gods of foreskins. Oh my, never ending network. If you don't like it, there's a special button. It's called the back button. You can leave the chat anytime. You're not captive here, but you can't leave because you're getting so much good stuff. Your cognitive dissonance will wear off. It will wear off. David brought Saul 200 foreskins from dead men. Why foreskins? Can you imagine that David kills these dudes? If it's me, I'm cutting off their little finger or something. Why would he go for the foreskin? And that's not an easy, quick thing. Cut off their finger, bro. Bring them pinkies. Bring them pinkies. TT says circumcision is better. I would agree. For sanitary reasons, for cosmetic reasons, I'm glad my mom did it. Me too. Thank you, mother, for circumcising your baby Jeffrey. I'm so happy that you did. I'm so happy that you did. Have you ever smelled a man's bathroom? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's in there between the foreskin and the schlong. Men, I watch these men in the bathroom. I don't watch men in the bathroom, but you can't help notice that these guys walk out without washing their hands. They might give it a shake or something. I mean, I like to be a dabber and a shaker personally. Get rid of that stuff because you don't want that. And no matter how you shake or dance, the last drop always winds up in your pants, which is really a problem unless you dab. But we won't get into that. We won't get into that. God, why do we do this? Why do we do this? Why are we talking about this? Let's see. Somebody save me. Somebody asked something that makes sense. Somebody asked something that is not like this. Let's say the conversation could be more sophisticated. All right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I think I actually got to the end of it. Placenta shampoo. Ooh, the Chinese do weird shit. If they eat placentas, they do. Some eat the placenta due to the fact it's packed with nutrients. I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. I'm sorry, but I can pass on those nutrients, ladies and gentlemen. Learn how to clean yourself properly, says Jovanka. Stop being lazy. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. It is nutritious, but personally, I don't want to judge anyone that does take it. Okay, I'm with you. I understand. I won't judge you, but you dry it and put it in a capsule pill. Why? Take some vitamins. Forget about it. Placenta, it does. The real question is, though, ladies and gentlemen, does the placenta taste like chicken? And if you're a meat eater, doesn't that count as meat? I wouldn't be able to swallow that, says Jenny Simon. Ooh. Indigenous cultures eat the placenta to renourish the mom. Oh, the mom eats it. Okay. Some mothers eat it because it's full of everything to boost the woman's body after creating a baby. Okay, Jennifer, I'll go with that. It's for postpartum depression. Okay, that's cool. I'll go with that. I'm so glad I'm not a woman for many, many reasons, because I would hate to be a flaming lesbian. But anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And I think we've actually really, they eat it with hummus. I think we've actually really got to the end of this. And somewhere somebody's saying, thank all that is holy. Thank the gods that never had children, says Tracy Dyer. All right, folks. We started out talking about how I was called out on the Bible and how they were right. And we ended up talking about eating placentas. That's what you call an all-inclusive chat, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God that I didn't record this run Indoctrinate. Well, there you go, folks. And somehow after all that, I'm hungry. Doesn't make sense, but I'm hungry. How about a little placenta on your pizza, ladies and gentlemen? Sounds yummy. And we ended up here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. This is the Christian Whistleblower channel. We don't usually talk about foreskins. We don't usually talk about placentas. But it's Friday night, and you never know what's going to happen. Almost 2 hours. No wonder my throat's a little bit sore. 2 hours of talking with a side of foreskin. Somebody says, slice mine thin, please. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And, of course, somebody's upset that I didn't mention their comment. We've been here for 2 hours, and I missed one comment. Oh, somebody just shoot me. Stem cells from umbilical cords is okay? Yeah, because I'm not eating them. Sovereign Integral. Are you cross? Yeah, I'm not eating them. I'm not eating them. I thought you would be in the desert drinking Kool-Aid by now. Did I miss the show, says Delaney. Delaney, girl, you are flat, straight, crazy. And I love you anyway. Delaney, you are as crazy as I am. Delaney comes in. Did I miss the show? Delaney, you don't know what you missed, girl. You missed talking about eating placentas. You missed talking about foreskin. You missed talking about foreskins and face cream. And oh, yeah, you missed the fact that I was called out on why can I talk about some of the Bible and not all the Bible. And they were right. The Bible is a poison well. If you're not a warrior, don't read it. It's not going to do you any good. It'll stunt your spiritual growth. So, yeah, you did miss a little bit of stuff, Delaney, but that's okay. Jennifer says, I'll have half a placenta with a side of foreskin and make it crispy. Would that be the placenta or the foreskin, ma'am? Both. Make them both crispy. Is there extra crispy? Foreskin, whoo, boy. Nothing a little placenta won't. Scotty boy says little placenta will cure my sore throat. My throat's not sore. It's just fatigued from use. Let's see. And you got to give Never Ending Network credit. They're still in there swinging. The cosmic, what did I call it? The dissonance, that distance I was talking about, I can't remember the first word now, is strong in that one. Thunderbutt Holmes. I won't repeat that, but thank you for was Jesus's flatulence considered to be a holy aroma? He wasn't real. Oh, Ryan Dressel brings this to a fitting close. He says, from the TMI department, his doctor messed up on his circumcision and he has a bit of a scare. What he meant to say was scar, but it's probably a scary scar on his schlang. And it took his girlfriend 2 years to notice. Did she break up with you when she did notice? That's what I wonder. Cognitive dissonance. Thank you very much. Cognitive dissonance. Fried foreskin rings. Oh, my. And I got to read this from Shadow Spirit, and they are right. Some of this makes me wonder if any of you ever wash your dick. And I'm not circumcised, but I'm very clean, and it doesn't take much effort. And that's to my point, Shadow Spirit. If you're not circumcised, then it's extra effort. And guys aren't going to go the extra effort to keep it clean. So, ladies, if your public service announcement, if you find yourself in an intimate situation with a man that is not circumcised, take extra precautions to ensure Cleanliness. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, brothers, but hey, I got to help my sisters out every now and then. They are half of our subscribers. Do we need some dipping sauce? If they do it wrong, shut up, Cynthia. You're not supposed to say that. You're a nice girl. Wow. I'm aware of cognitive dissonance. Well, then you should realize you got it really, really bad. Don't forget the A1 sauce. Please just walk away at this point. Yeah, I'm going to. This is podcast excellence. Dancing Gypsy. Still time left for a super chat. Thank you, Joanne. I met her in Denver. She's a nice girl. All right. Adios, ladies and gentlemen. This was podcast excellence. Someone says, yeah, okay. I really hate to leave for some strange reason. I hate to leave, but I'm going to go. You don't have to go home. You just can't stay here anymore. Jeffrey Daugherty, Christian Whistleblower, Genital Excellence, Podcast Excellence. Oh boy. And Scotty says it beats Bible study, and he's probably right. Ladies and gentlemen, history is written by the winners. I think that we can win and write a better tomorrow. We are a twisted generation, but we are the last generation of real humans. And folks, whether you're circumcised or not circumcised, things are not bad and getting worse. Things are good and getting better. It could be a lot worse. You could be in the desert right now drinking Kool-Aid, but you're not. You're here with the people that aren't crazy. And since I was on Jericho today, Talk is Jericho, and we had, I'm not editing this, the hell that it's going out. I am, we were on Talk is Jericho today, and we had, we talked about superstitious minds, Elvis, and the paranormal, for encouraging you to go to the Talk is Jericho website and listen to the podcast. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you very much.